Welcome back into another beer review with yours truly, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto, coming to you as always from my Midland studio down in South Carolina. Today, the first appearance, I should say. Pardon me as I get my nouns and adjectives. Well, not so much adjectives. Guess noun. Noun's correct. The first appearance by a very popular brewery amongst the realms of social media craft beer influencers, and that is the 8th State. The 8th State, of course, is out of the upstate right in downtown Greenville, right on Augusta Street. And they are kind of our treehouse, so to speak, of the South, because of course they don't distribute. You can only get them there. They have tons of bottle shares where people bring other rare beers to find. And their beers, of course, you can only get them there. So they're pretty rare and hard to come by. So this is going to be the first appearance of their channel, of their product on this channel. And this is called, and of course it's upside down, as you'll notice, because it is a seltzer, a fruited seltzer. This is called Cheap Dreams, a hard seltzer by the 8th State Brewing. It is, and I can read upside down. This is Dole Whip inspired with pineapple, Vanuatu vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, and marshmallow. Again, called Cheap Dreams. You'll see, albeit it is upside down, that is the 8th State's logo, that little infinity type of logo with the Illuminati eye, so to speak. This checks in at 5.8%, 12-ounce can. Keep cold, drink fresh. Augusta Street in Greenville, the 8th, brewed and canned at the 8th State Brewing Company. So, I am very, very excited to crack this can open of the 8th State's first appearance on the channel with you fine folks of the tube. So, why don't we waste no more time? Let's get after it. Crack it open, shall we? Oh, the floaties in there. Now, as you saw and heard me mention, there are quite a bit of the floaties in here. That is not super uncommon when it comes to fruited sours and seltzers by the 8th State. I will tell you, as soon as I popped the can open, or maybe not necessarily when I popped the can open, when I poured it, I got hit with a lot of pineapple aroma. And I had this the time I'm doing this review for you, a couple weeks prior, and I'm interested in giving myself a refresher towards what I thought about it. But when I poured this, it got all pineapple right in front of me. And as you can see from the color, it's that nice, thick, light yellow type of color. And there's a lot of floaties in there. It's almost like, look at it, sand. We'll get the nose. This smells just like pineapple juice. Fresh, raw pineapple juice. That is exactly what this smells like. Now, I will say, that being said, a lot of what's in the nose is sweet. There is definitely a sweet element in the aroma. It's that strong combination of a very raw, pure pineapple juice type of aroma and a significant amount of sweetness. Those are the prevailing notes in the aroma, for sure. So, I very much enjoyed this. This is one of the top rated beers I've ever had. So, why don't you say we take a sip together, shall we, and go on this adventure. Creamy. Oh, yes. Now, the crazy part about this is, so when you get the nose, when you get the aroma, you get a very tropical, fruity sensation from it. When you get the flavor, it's a lot more sweeter. It's a lot more creamy. Almost milky, dare I say. There's certainly no lactose in this, at least not that it claims to have. So maybe maybe it's the Dole Whip inspiration of a lot of the vanilla. So it's probably a lot of the vanilla coming through on the flavor. So you get a lot more creamy, a lot more sweetness on the flavor. There's definitely some fruitiness still there. Kind of like you're drinking a pina colada. But that's not the overwhelming sensation from this beer. Or at least from the flavor, should I say. The overwhelming sensation from the flavor of this is very much the creaminess, the sweetness, very different from the aroma, which was more pure fruit, very tropical, that sort of thing. So it's very much a juxtaposition as far as nose to palate, I should say. And you're definitely getting a little bit of that dual play, and it kind of breaks, it up, because if you drink a sour, seltzer, sour, Berliner, whatever the case may be, and you get that initial sensation of tropical, fruity, what have you, and then you taste it and you get the same thing, what's that gonna remind you of? It's gonna remind you of a lot of other sours. It's not gonna stand out. Versus if you smell it and you get a creaminess, sweetness, vanilla, whatever the case may be, something really thick, something really heavy, the 450 North, the Trekkers, disclaimer, have yet to have Urban South, but possibly Urban South, the RARs, those are more of a if you get more of that in the aroma and you drink it and it's a super thick, sugary, sweet type of beer, that's another element too, and they each have their place. But by no means am I discriminating towards any of those, because I love them both. But at the same time, they definitely can get pigeonholed into one or the other. This one's not. And that's typically how it goes with the 8th state. You usually have a juxtaposition between tropical, fruity, more effervescent, more of that kind of those bright notes, and then this sweetness sensation that is more of a heavier type of sensation and creamy, sweet, that sort of thing. So they really kind of like strike a fine balance between the two. And I so happen to be lucky enough to be within 90 minutes of the 8th state of Greenville, or if I venture up to my mother's house, less than half an hour. So I can go and have 8th state whenever I choose. And I don't complain about that one bit, because they are exceptional, and all the hype that you see on the interwebs as far as how good 8th state is, it's 100% lived up to the truth. Now the other thing with 8th state is they do some traditional styles, they do some IPAs, but what they're known for, of course, are their sours and their stouts, and their stouts are very, very strong. I'm finding it hard to think of a stout that was less than 12%. 12, 13% that they've done. They're all very strong, very boozy, very potent. And they taste as such. Maybe not many. I will have to go back in the archives to confirm that, because there were a couple of them that I rated very high, very stout from them that I rated very high. And But for the most part, a lot of their stouts are punch you in the teeth, strong, boozy, that sort of thing. Like you're not drinking that in an hour, at least responsibly. So, but that's a lot of what A-State is known for. These highly fruited beers, the stouts, the heaviness, that sort of thing. And this is honestly another complete home run in the repertoire of the 8th state in Greenville. So they are very much worth the hype. And don't take my word for it. Go search them out on yourself. We'll coordinate a little something between us if need be. But you definitely need to try 8th state at some point, whether it's through myself or someone else, or you just come to Greenville yourself and hey, I'll meet up with you. I like that. I like having some social gatherings. That's totally my thing. If you like what you see from me and you want more, go and smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell exactly when my videos drop, coming straight to you on your phone, tablet, mobile device, computer, what have you. If you want to recommend a beer to me, or maybe even send me a beer, go ahead and email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. We'll sort all the fine details out that way. If you want the rest of my nonsense and insanity, woo, see, I'm already going insane now. Go ahead and follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram, @nutmeg2palmetto. Enjoy all the fun I like to have on there. And until then, cheers, folks. Take one more sip because it's exceptional. A-State lives up to the hype. Folks, I'll see you next time.